A vindication of the rights of women. Contending for the rights of women, my main argument is built on this simple principle, that is, if she be not prepared by education to become the companion of man, she will stop the progress of knowledge and virtue. But the education and situation of women at present shuts her out from such investigations. Consider, sir, dispassionately these observations, for a glimpse of this truth seemed to open before you when you observed that to see one half of the human race excluded by the other from all participation of government was a political phenomenon that, according to abstract principles, it was impossible to explain. If so, on what does your Constitution rest? Consider, I address you as a legislator, whether when men contend for their freedom and to be allowed to judge for themselves, respecting their own happiness, it be not inconsistent and unjust to subjugate women, even though you firmly believe that you are acting in the manner best calculated to promote their happiness. Who made man the exclusive judge if women partake with him of the gift of reason?
In this style argues tyrants of every denomination, from the weak king to the weak father of a family. They are all eager to crush reason. It always assert that they usurp its throne only to be useful. Do you not act a similar part when you force all women, by denying them civil and political rights, to remain immured in their families, groping in the dark? They may be convenient slaves, but slavery will have its constant effect, degrading the master and the abject dependent.
I have repeatedly asserted that women cannot by force be confined to domestic concerns, for they will, however ignorant, intermeddle with more weighty affairs, neglecting private duties only to disturb by cunning tricks the orderly plans of reason which rise above their comprehension. Let there be then no coercion established in society, and the common law of gravity prevailing, the sexes will fall into their proper places. And now that more equitable laws are forming your citizens, marriage may become more sacred. Your young men may choose wives from motives of affection, and your maidens allow love to root out vanity.
The father of a family will not weaken his constitution and debase his sentiments by visiting the harlot, nor forget, in obeying the call of appetite, the purpose for which it was implanted. And the mother will not neglect her children to practice the arts of coquetry when sense and modesty secure her the friendship of her husband. But, till men become attentive to the duty of a father, it is vain to expect women to spend that time in their nursery which they choose to spend at their glass mirror, for this exertion of cunning is only an instinct of nature to enable them to obtain indirectly a little of that power of which they are unjustly denied a share. For, if women are not permitted to enjoy legitimate rights, they will render both men and themselves vicious to obtain illicit privileges.
I wish, sir, to set some investigations to this kind afloat in France, and should they lead to confirmation of my principles, when your constitution is revised, the rights of women may be respected, if it be fully provided that reason calls for this respect, and loud demands
Justice.
for one half of the human race.
Let's change it.
Mary Wollstonecraft